Hello everyone and welcome to my little corner of the internet. My name is Michael and I'm bitten by a radioactive book. Today I'm bringing you another book haul and show you what books I've bought in September. I got a total of 11 books this month. Most of them are ebooks I bought for myself. Then I have an audiobook that I got from my Audible credit, and I have one ARC this month that I got through NetGalley. Let's start with the audiobook I got this month. It's Chasers of the Wind by Alexei Payhoff. It's about a married couple of thieves called Gray and Leon, and they escape from their former thief crew and are hunted by them, and unwittingly they are in possession of a key to a powerful magical weapon, and so they're also chased by darker powers. And being part of a conflict between necromancers and different countries, and they meet up with a supporting cast. So it sounds very interesting. And if you know Alexei Payhoff already from his Chronicles of Ciala, the main hero from this series is also part of the cast, as I understand it, for this one. So yeah, that might be interesting. The second book I got this month is the ARC I got from NetGalley. It's The Three Body Problem from Liu Xixing. It's I think the #1 best-selling science fiction novel from China, and it gets translated for the first time. So this is very exciting to see science fiction from coming from another culture, and the basic idea is that the humans encounter an alien race, a dying alien race, I think, and on planet Earth you've got different factions, people welcoming the aliens, people feel threatened by the aliens, people want to use the aliens, and so on and so forth. And so there is a lot of political intrigue in it as well, I think. And yeah, it's very popular in China, and I'm very eager to see what it's all about. Next up we have Grudge Berra by J.F. Lewis. It was a cover buy for me. I saw the dragon, saw the warrior, and immediately thought, that's my kind of book. And the content seems to be rather complicated, with different races enslaving other races. A lot of world building seems to go on, and I'm a huge world building fan, as you might already know, so that's something I'm interested in. The next one I've got is Shield and Crocus by Michael R. Underwood. I just read you the first sentence of the blurb. In a city built among the bones of a fallen giant, a small group of heroes looks to reclaim their home from the 5 criminal tyrants who control it. I didn't read any farther. It cost only €1. I bought it. Next up we have Sword of the Bright Lady by MC Planck. This is a portal fantasy where a human engineer, I think, comes into a fantasy world and is recruited to fight in some kind of eternal war for a goddess. And as the cover might suggest, the engineer also uses his knowledge to fight these sword-bearing enemies, or his sword-bearing enemies. And so it has a little bit of a Flintlock touch, and as you might know, I'm a huge Flintlock fan, and tomorrow we will have the Flintlock guide on this channel. I'm really looking forward to that, and so it fits my theme, and I hope it's an interesting take on Flintlock. I'm normally not that into portal fantasies, but this seemed rather interesting. Next up we have The Blood of Whisperers, the first one in the Vengeance trilogy by Devin Matson. It's about Endymion. Endymion is an empath, so he can feel and I think manipulate the emotions of others, but he's also like the lost heir to a throne, and is imprisoned for being a sorcerer, empath, and yeah, I think he's taking revenge, so that's why it's called the Vengeance trilogy, on the people that maybe robbed him of the throne or something like that. It was another one of those books. It was like €2.60, and it sounded a bit maybe with an Asian setting flair. I'm not sure of that, but yeah, it was interesting enough to pick it up for such a low price. Next up we have Age of Iron by Angus Watson. Again, I'm reading you just the first sentence that sold me on the book, and the sentence is: bloodthirsty druids and battle-hardened Iron Age warriors collide in the biggest epic fantasy debut release of 2014. So, that sounds interesting. It seems like a grimdark novel. It has a lot of violence in it. Someone on Goodreads I know already read it and said, yeah, there is actually a lot of violence in it, and it had, for me, from the cover, it had some kind of Celtic, barbarian, Viking style feeling, and yeah, that was something that spoke to me. And of course, there's no book haul from me without a steampunk book. I bought Gideon Smith and the Brass Dragon. It's the second installment of David Barnett's Gideon Smith series, the first one being Gideon Smith and the Mechanical Girl. I already own the first one but haven't read it, but someone I trust as a reviewer reviewed both books and was really excited about them. The first one is set against an Egyptian background. This second installment, I think, goes into the Wild West of the US. So the series seems to move through different countries, through different installments, so that seemed quite interesting. And yeah, I read really good reviews about both of them, and so I got that second one, although I haven't read the first yet. The next one is maybe the most known book of the books I got this month. It's The Broken Eye by Brent Weeks. It's the third installment in his Lightbringer series. I actually thought the series would be a trilogy, and so I haven't read the first two and was always like, oh yeah, the third one is coming out, I'm buying it, and then I read the whole trilogy, and now I did this and found out, oh, there will be a fourth installment. So I'm a bit on the fence if I start this series or not. I heard great things, I like Brent Weeks, and yeah, maybe I just read the first three anyway now, and yeah. But I think this is one of the huge books that come out this month, or came out this month, so yeah, I got it. The second to last book I got this month is Age of Godpunk by James Lovegrove. For those of you who are not familiar with him, he writes a series called the Pantheon series, and the Pantheon series are all standalones that are science fiction novels and always deal with what-if scenarios, and the what-if scenario is always, what if a certain pantheon from our past would actually be real and rule the world. So we have Age of Ra, Age of Odin, Age of Zeus, and so on and so forth. And I read Age of Ra, and I own all 6 novels, I think, in the series. As I said, they're all standalone, so there's no continuity between them. Every time it's a different universe, so you can enter everywhere you want. And Age of Godpunk is actually the only book I didn't have before from the series, and it's a bind up of 3 novellas he wrote in the series, so not full-fledged novels, but these include the novellas of Age of Gaia, Age of Anansi, and Age of Satan. So these were religions where he, or pantheons where he didn't write full novels about, but yeah, as I own every other novel and I really liked Age of Ra, yeah, I bought it as well. And the last book I got this month is Warmaster's Gate. It's the 9th book in Adrian Tchaikovsky's Shadows of the Apt series. The series has 10 books in total, and all of them are already available. I probably get the last one next month. I read the first and own the next 7 already, or now the next 8. And it's a very interesting fantasy series that flies under the radar, and I think people who might have read like the not the Lord of the Rings, yeah, like the Wheel of Time or other huge series might be interested in that one. It's not really well known, but it has a really interesting concept, because the different races in the series are all based on insects. So we have Fly-Kindon, Bug-Kindon, so the races always are named Kindon there, Mantis-Kindon, Dragonfly-Kindon, Wasp-Kindon, and so on and so forth. And the interesting thing is that each race has some of the abilities of the insects they are related to. So some of them can fly, some of them yeah, can do different insectoid stuff. I'm not explaining this really well, but maybe maybe you can grasp the idea of it. For example, a good example, the Ant-Kindon, for example, are soldiers, and they have some kind of a hive mind thing going on. So yeah. The second interesting thing is that the races are either affiliated with magic, like the Moth-Kindon, for example, are great magicians, but they also have like steampunk technology, and I think the Bug-Kindon, for example, are really good with tinkering, but they don't have magic and can't really use magic objects, and the magical races can't really use like crossbows, or I'm not sure if they have pistols or something. Yeah, but the whole world building is really interesting, and the basic idea of the first novel that I read so far is that there is the Wasp Empire, and the Wasp Empire, yeah, tries to conquer most of the other countries, and the other countries are not really aware of that, because the Wasp Empire always comes and says, yeah, we want to do trade with you, and we have like the hero is Stanwald, and Stanwald, I think, is a Bug-Kindon, and he's some kind of, yeah, of spy mastermind, and he has like a school where he trains his followers, and his young followers are the other POV characters in the book, and yeah, they go up against the Wasp Empire. And if I know that correctly, there's like a huge arc for the first 4 books, and then there are 3 books that are mere or more standalone-ish, and then the last 3 are another bigger arc, and yeah, are the final climax of the series. And now that the series is finished and complete, I'm really eager to continue with it and finish it. So that's it from me today. I hope you liked what I got, and maybe got some inspiration for your own next book haul. If you liked the video, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of me. If you want to know what's coming up on my channel, look into the description box for the segment called On the Horizon. I wish you a good day, and I hope you get bitten by a really good book too. Bye.